Hi there. Good morning. So I've been called to I'm going to say a lot. I've been called to talk about spell work and how simple spell work can be done using my own experiences. And um, this morning, I have woken up without my little boy being in the house for the first time in 3 years. I think 2 years. He stayed out like twice when he was a baby. And I'll not go into too much detail, but because I feel like it's for another post. But my son and I are under a lot of spell work from quite a lot of people, and it's led to him becoming very aggressive, and he is losing his sense of safety and belonging. And because the bond between me and my son has been so strong, obviously that's affected me massively. And I didn't actually realise how bad it had got until I started watching back the videos that I've recorded, especially the first ones on here. I feel like I'm not making any sense at all, and everything's just a jumble. And I mean, obviously I realised in our lives how much it was affecting us. I mean, he's become so physically aggressive towards me and our home and our cat that it's really unnerving and obviously not normal at all, especially with him being such an empathetic and caring person. And it's affected us so much in the way of like me not being able to work, me not being able to sleep. I mean, like, I've been leaving the house with like the door wide open, and I smashed the van again the other day, like nearly took the wing mirror off of it. Like, I've been just living in this like massive, horrible brain fog, and I know that it's not mine. I spend a lot of time in meditation and prayer and, cleansing my space and my aura and my energy. So I know, and I don't actually have anything in my life that would cause me that much confusion. I keep my life very, very simple. So I know that it's coming from him. And I woke up this morning with worry on me, and I know that it was his, waking up in somebody else's house. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about spell work, because I feel like when you say the word spell work, automatically people think like that's stupid, that doesn't exist. But it's because we're taught that spell work is something that's mythical and that doesn't exist, when in fact it really does exist, and it's very much in our lives every day. And it will surprise you what I'm going to talk about, because I think the idea of my work is to make very mystical and unfathomable things fathomable. That's not the right word. More accessible, let's say. So so I'll just keep it really, really simple. So lots and lots and lots and lots of years ago, science, religion, and magic were all one thing. Okay, I'm going to keep this really, really basic. You can go and research all of this. Like, it wouldn't take you long. I mean, like, YouTube has tons of videos on this kind of thing, but I'll just simplify it, and then if you're interested, you can go and do your own research on it. So science, religion, and magic were all one thing. Science was like the way to understand religion and magic, and religion was almost like the stories told about the magic. And magic does exist physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's, for me, it all sort of ties into one. And part of spell work is, I mean, it says it in the name. So spelling words, and you're working on something. So spell work can be amazing. So if you really simply break it down and just speak to yourself, if you use affirmations like I am, I will, you're building a strong foundation within yourself that you are that. You're building yourself with strong intention. You're putting that spell work on yourself. If you start doing that to other people, then it has a great effect. Like, everyone loves getting a compliment. You are this, blah, blah, blah. Positive. It doesn't have to be physical, obviously. Like, for me, true compliments, true affirmations for other people come from their work ethic and their qualities as a person, their gifts to the world, their characteristics. They're true builders of confidence, and you can cast really strong spells with that kind of those kind of words. And even agreeing with someone. So I'm not saying agree with someone if you don't agree, but when you agree with someone, or if you empathize with someone, or if you can see something from somebody's point of view, you're almost like opening the channel to let their energy inflate. Like, when you agree with someone who's having a really traumatic time, they'll automatically deflate. Like, sigh, like you're letting the energy out. Like, that's what a sigh is. A big expel of energy. So if you flip this round the other way and you started speaking these things of yourself, like, say if you did something wrong, I am, bad word insert, I am this, I've done this, I am this, you start having the opposite effect. Like, you obviously guilt, sadness, depression, like you can start having, you're chipping away at this internal stronghold that you've got inside, and that's, you will have like, you'll start feeling really low. If you start doing this to somebody else, it will have even more of an effect. And if you speak ill of someone to their face, and it might marry up with an I am thought that's already inside them, that could amplify that. And obviously it's like, if you've already got like an I am worthless feeling inside you, and then somebody tells you that, it's amplifying that power inside them to make them feel even shitter. And then can you imagine if one person says that, about someone who already thinks that, and then the person saying the negative thing towards that person who already thinks the negative thing tells lots of other people that that person is that negative thing. You imagine the power that will have on that person and their energy. Like, that person doesn't have to be in the room or even in the same street, town as you. They will know. They can feel it. It happens because it's energy. You're sending bad energy to that person. So that in a nutshell is what spell work is. You can change somebody who is miles away from you. Miles and miles and miles and miles away from you. They can feel that energy. Let me explain. I did a little like a little drawing. So when somebody tells the truth moves like this. Yeah? You know, when someone says they're straight to the point, that's how truth energy moves. And that's why sometimes it can really hurt, because it just comes straight at you. When somebody lies, it does this. Yeah? So that's where the saying, like, weed all your way around someone, or find your way around someone, or find a way around them. You know, like, you're looking for a weakness. Like, that lie could be something that, you know, using a little bit of manipulation, using an emotion, using a memory, using a flaw, anything that you know that is a weakness of that person. You can use a lie to really engage some seriously horrible spell work on somebody. So I just want to point out as well, like, this is a learned behaviour. Like, and I'll speak from experience. So in my family, it was just lies, like, all the time lies. Lie to each other, about how we were feeling, lie to other family members outside our home, lie to our community, suppressing emotions. We're just like, from being teeny, it was just like lies. And very recently, I put a post on, like, congratulating my dad and, like, saying all these things that I'd been told about my dad. One of my aunties, like, piped up and said, stop lying all over Instagram. And I was like, right, okay, so is anything about my family true? Like, and she was having a go at me for lying. Like, whose lies do you think these are? I was talking about things that happened before I was even born. Where do you think these lies come from? Shoot the messenger. So the point is that this is, like, why does this happen? Why do we lie? Like, it's a generational thing. Like, someone who is truthful generally gets outcasted in generational lying families where spell work is done. So this is what happened to me when I was a kid, and I've started to realise that that's the reason why I'm meant to do what I'm doing. Another post. So I wanted to show you this. Like, when these are two little toddlers just chilling. When toddlers come together, they communicate through energy. They don't say anything. Obviously, they haven't got the words. We haven't taught them the words to use, what they mean and what they say. So they communicate like this. Yeah, so it's just completely straight across, really quick communication with their energies. They just stand next to each other, looking at each other. Some of them don't even really look at each other. And they work out whether they want to play together, like, Yeah, you got good energy. You got good energy. What do you want to do? Do you want to play hide and seek, or do you want to play with some toys? What do you like doing? What kind of person are you? You're a giggly person. Oh, I like you. They'll decide with no words if that person is all right for them, safe person, and then they will go off and play. If they're not, if they decide between them that it's not a good connection, then one of them will walk off and they'll go and find somewhere else. There's no falling out, there's no hitting, there's no nasty faces, like literally nothing. If you watch, just do it for me, watch two toddlers come together with no language and discuss the world and then either just crack on playing. Like kids do it. I watched my son's sister do it when we were in where the hell were we? Greece. I don't know where we were. Somewhere. And yeah, the kids were playing English, French, didn't matter. Like they don't really need to use language. I mean, I remember doing it when I was a kid. I used to be able to play with all different languages and stuff, and it's not a problem, like, because they trade on energy. So anyway, so moving on, the adult to child energy transfer. If we, and this is like how we are brought up. So when we have a safe connection with our parents and they tell us the truth, they build a safe foundation like this. Oh, can you see? Yeah. So these lines, this energy, this is spell work here, right? You're building that person up. You've heard that saying before, building somebody up. You're building somebody up on truth, who they are as a person, the family line, who their brothers and sisters are, who's in their family. You're telling the truth there. Right? You don't have to hurt them with the truth. I.e., for example, this is how simple it gets. If they've had 5 cookies and you don't want them to have cookies anymore, don't lie to them and say we've run out of cookies. They know that you're lying. They know the cookies are there. Tell them that they've had too many cookies and they're not having any more today. Like, we as adults perceive that it's a good lie. It's never a good lie. Because that child learns that it's good to lie. It's very hard to distinguish, and it's only through the person that's telling the lie whether the intentions are good or bad. Do you understand? Like, truth doesn't have to be piercing, and it hurts more because we're not used to it. So if you're brought up on lies like I was, when somebody starts telling you the truth, it's just like you can't even be around that person. You can't even talk to that person because it's just like, oh, just shut the fuck up. Like, you prefer the lie because that's what you're used to. You're used to having all this like gooey, like cloudy bullshit around you all the time. Like, that's how some people walk around. They don't know who they are. They don't know about their This was me. Don't know about who they are as a person, because they're constantly being told who they are. I knew what sort of person I was, but I was constantly being told that I was something else. I would constantly be told that this person in the family love me, or this person, oh, they really love you. I'd be like, but they treat me like absolute shit. And they'd be like, no, they really love you. They really love you. What sort of message are we giving? Like, this is all spell work. This is spell work. We have, regardless of our intention of what we are doing, we are lying. Like, and this sets us up for life. When we start becoming adults and teaching children ourselves, like when we are brought up on lies, we walk on this wibbly wobbly, and when we are not safe that's when we start acting unsafe. Okay? This is learned behavior. When we realize that it's easier to tell all the gooey lies, yeah? This is spell work. You can intentionally make people act a certain way. You can change people's behaviors. You can leave people feeling that confused that they don't even know what day it is anymore. The more people that do this to one or two people can leave that person, what's the word I'm looking for? Half dead. And that's not even an exaggeration. It's not even an exaggeration. It's so, so bad. You know, I always bring up, I'm just going to finish by saying this, like, when a gooey person on a gooey foundation, yeah, meets someone like this, can you imagine how painful that feels? So this person's living in a cloud and this person's living on clear foundations. Can you imagine how painful to this person that this feels? Yeah? And then this person will start doing all of this and take over this person. Yeah? That's spell work. Unless this person has got some seriously good foundations, then the spell work will take over. If you want to be clear of spell work, then you need to be very sure about who you are, what your intentions are, and you need to do as much digging and shadow work as possible to figure out your family, your bloodline, and your generational trauma. Because when somebody starts putting spell work on you, you need to have some seriously strong foundations. And or they will take over. And I'm hoping over the next few videos I'm going to be able to teach you some skills to be able to put that kind of stability back into your life. I massively struggled as a child. I massively struggled as a teenager, and I only started sorting myself out when I was in my late 20s, and it was so painful. And I'm hoping to teach you as many skills as I can to get you in a place where you can feel as strong as what I do now. Like, and I just want to finish off by saying, if anyone sees this video and I've ever been in their life and I've ever hurt them in any way, know that I was brought into your life to heal you. Like, that is why I am here. I have been brought to heal you, not to hurt you. My truth is only to heal. It has never, ever been to hurt anybody. Understand that. Spell work is real. And it really hurts people. And it is really hurting our children more than anything else. If you see this video, please keep your words and your intent pure, especially to your children. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to try and do another video tomorrow. I'm off to do a reading. Take care. Bye.